Hi, I'm Vic Bearcroft, and today I'm going to show you how to create a simple spring landscape using just a few cheap acrylic paints and a cutout silhouette. So silhouettes can make really effective, often dramatic little paintings, illustrations, drawings, whatever. This actually is cut out on black paper, black card, and stuck onto a box canvas, 30 by 30 centimetre box canvas. You can of course paint a silhouette on top of that white canvas, or you can trace an image that you downloaded, a free to use image off the internet, trace that onto black card or black paper and stick that onto white card or a canvas, whatever you've got, and it makes quite a nice dramatic image. However, I think it could be improved a lot by adding a nice background to it. So in this one we've got the rabbit, we've got the bird, evocative of springtime, I think. So let's do a fairly simple spring-like background, and then we'll pop that silhouette on top of it later on and see what a difference it makes. So what we've got is our 30 by 30 centimetre canvas. It's a box canvas. You can use any canvas you like. You can even use cardboard, ordinary piece of cardboard, just paint it white and then use the same technique on top of that. Thick white paper, anything you like. So what I'm going to do is got some fairly standard, fairly cheap acrylic paint here, just purchased from DIY shops, hobby shops. Online you can get them, they don't have to be really expensive. This one is a cerulean blue. So what I'm going to do is just start with the cerulean blue at the top, just squirt it directly onto the canvas. This will mean that you don't get much wastage, because if you squirt it onto a palette or plastic container or something like that first, and there's always going to be some left over. This way everything you put on the canvas will stay on the canvas. And I'm going to use titanium white from about the middle down almost to the bottom. If you actually don't put enough on, don't worry about that, because we're going to add some more after we've done the first layer. So the first layer is always about blending those two colours together. So starting with our dark blue at the top, darkish blue coming down to mid blue, and then pale blue at the bottom to represent our spring sky. So I'm going to use a 1.5 inch decorating brush. That's all it is, nothing special. And I'll start with the middle and then bring that down so it gets paler down towards the bottom. And just keep brushing. Acrylic paint will stay wet for a little while, especially if you're using a few minutes while you're using a really thick application like this. And it does dry reasonably quickly, so you have to work quite quickly once you put your acrylic onto the canvas. So turn it all the way up to the top, fill the canvas as much as you can at this stage. And just push that in. It's quite a satisfying part doing this. Just taking a big brush and letting the paint do what it wants to do. If you get some streaks, don't worry about that, because I think the streaks actually work well for a wonderful blue spring sky. So it's getting a little bit drier now. I'm going to bring some more blue down to the lower part. And then in that middle bit, I'm just going to add a little bit more of the titanium white. And we've got a few gaps. Just like so. Just here and there. And then we're going to use that to create some soft spring-like wispy clouds. So again, just with the 1.5 inch decorating brush. Gently create some wispy clouds like that. And you can put some more on if you want. If that isn't enough, a little bit more. It's a great satisfying way to paint clouds on any picture. So even if you don't want to do a silhouette, and you just want to paint a nice blue cloudy sky, this is a good technique. A little bit more gentle this time. Work quickly so the paint doesn't dry. So I think that'll be fine for our spring sky background. So I'm just going to let that dry now for 4 or 5 minutes. The paint isn't actually that thick on there. And then when we come back and that's totally dry, we'll paint ourselves a tree, an apple tree perhaps, with some apple blossom. So once our sky is dry, and it's pretty much dry enough now, apart from a little bit over here, but we're not worried about that. I'm going to paint apple tree on this side, the left hand side. First of all, I'm going to paint a little bit of the trunk and the branches, just using brown acrylic paint and a 1/2 inch flat brush. So this is a watercolour brush, so it's nice and soft, but the important thing is it's like a blade once you've got paint on both sides. It acts like a blade like that, whether it's going to be thick or thin. So what I'm going to do is start off putting down here a little bit of the trunk using the thick part, and if it runs out just reload it. And so we're going to have basically our trunk going from the bottom like so. And then a few branches. So the branches, we can use the thinner part of the brush like that and have them overhanging. So they don't have to be too dark, of course. These are just going to provide background shapes for our blossom. And some more branches. Now that shouldn't take too long to dry, maybe just a minute or two. So while that's drying, we can prepare for our blossom. So for the blossom, what I'm doing is I'm going to take a dark pink on one side, titanium white on the other side, mix a little bit in the middle to create different shades of the pink. I use my blade or flat brush again. So I take a little bit of the titanium white, a little bit of the dark pink, create a mid-tone pink in the middle. So we've basically got 3 shades: dark pink, mid-tone pink and white. So we don't need the brush for that. We'll put that to one side. Then we're going to use a natural sponge like this. And we're going to pick up some of the mid-tone pink, some of the titanium white, some of the dark pink, all on the same sponge. So you get a nice mix of different pinks on that same sponge. And then pressing lightly, not too heavily, so nice and gentle, so we can see lots and lots of detail in the blossom. And twist and turn your hand while you're doing this, so you get a nice higgledy-piggledy, more natural shape like that. And you see how you get lots of different shades of that pink blossom, from pale pink to dark pink and anywhere in between. And if you ever see the apple blossom, or indeed the cherry blossom in the spring, then you'll know what I mean. And lovely little pinky white flowers, all different shades. Tiny little flowers, and this is the great way to do those tiny little flowers with the sponge. Remember, don't press on too hard. If you press on too hard, you're going to get a big splodge. If you do it lightly, you can see all those, practically see all those individual flowers appearing on the canvas. And you can fill it as much as you want. So let's have a fair bit of blossom. Not too many branches, more flowers than branches. I think that will work. Take that over there. And look great against that cerulean blue spring sky, don't they? There we are. And a little bit more over there, maybe some whiter ones on top here and there. And just let the sponge and the paint do what it wants to do. You'll find that's the best way. The best approach is, don't think about it, just let it happen. And just relax, remember, don't press on, just use the sponge as light as you can. So there we go, that's plenty of apple blossom, I think. So a little bit more down there. Okay. So that is basically our spring sky with the apple tree or the cherry tree, whatever you like it to be. They're both very similar in terms of the blossom. With our spring-like blossom, a few wispy clouds. So I think it's time to put our silhouette back on there again. Remember, you can paint your silhouette on top of that, or you can glue it on. I'm just going to hold this on with a bit of masking tape for the moment, but you can glue it on, and then if you want to keep that cut out silhouette as part of your painting, when the painting is dry, just go over that with a little bit of varnish, spray varnish. A little bit awkward to hold, and if you go over that with a couple of coats of the spray varnish, then that will fix your cardboard or your paper silhouette onto the canvas a little bit more. There we are. Masking tape's not too sticky, I'm afraid. That should do it. So hopefully you'll agree that makes a rather more interesting painting than just by sticking the silhouette over on top of a white canvas. Just by adding a simple background, in this case a spring background for our spring rabbit and the birds just enjoying that new time of year. Maybe sat on top of a little hill there overlooking a valley. Let your imagination run riot. A simple way of turning an ordinary silhouette into a nice atmospheric painting. So don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel for more videos like this and lots of other content, and hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you again next time.